What do I and July have in common? Hi everyone. Yeah, it's raining. How do you know it's July if there's no rain, right? Welcome to my personal archive. I grew up very fast. I grew up quite fast, but I had some memorable moments as well. But as a first child, you have to just grow up fast. So yeah, just looking through some of my pictures. They are bad. Most of them have gone bad. Oh my god, 7-year-old me. This was when I welcomed my sister. I was so happy here. I don't remember how old I was here. This is my primary school graduation. I think this was nursery school graduation, or because I don't remember being this short in primary school. The primary school, I'm sure you already figured out. This is me. Oh my god. Yeah, so I remember my parents always celebrating my birthday. So this was my 5th year birthday. I really loved this outfit. It was like something that my cousins passed down to me. It was very, very solid outfit. Remember how old I was here. You can tell I was struggling to smile. Yeah, so my primary school graduation, this is my mom, but the photo has gone bad. So it's my secondary school graduation. Yeah. Better portrait of me. The photo has gone bad. Ridiculous. Shenanigans. Just me. Yeah, I would go to photo studios and take pictures. Then so my mom printed this out from her phone. I really love the picture. Yeah, a primary school friend of mine invited me to her aunt's wedding. So yeah, you don't say we would they try, set for fashion. And this was my graduation from film school. Yeah, I think this was 2016, early 2016. I graduation from film school. Yeah, so yeah, these are a few things I can show you. Most of them have gone bad. My mom's pictures are still looking much more better than this. I don't know how these photos went bad real fast. We're both okay, yeah. We're both 31. I know, but I still feel like a child. Despite being 31. But I'm glad to finally be twinning with my birth month. So my full government name, well, just call me Rookie. Roukye. That's why I love it being spelled. Rookie is fine. It's not Rukayat, but you get to find out later what it is. Some of life's lessons that I've learned so far. I think the first one would be that I should always strive to be better and not be at my best. I'll explain. So, being better leaves a comma, which means there's a continuation. But being at my best leaves a full stop, which means I've gotten to the peak of my potential. And I don't want to get to the peak of my potential. I want to learn, relearn, unlearn, and see the world, be open-minded. So I always say, be better, not be at your best. And then the next one would be fail forward. So what I've realized is that Failure teaches us what fear wouldn't. When you fail, it just means that you've tried doing something, but fear keeps you behind the doors, and you never actually get to come out and do what it is you're supposed to do. So you don't even know if you would either succeed or fail. So I say fail forward. So if I do it and I fail, I have learned something that I will use for the next phase that I am going on to. So fail forward, my guys. The other thing is, what I've learned so far is God is the greatest algorithm director. You know how we have For You pages, you might be discussing something, you might be thinking of something, and then you go on Instagram and then it pop-ups on your For You page, or even when you are just about to start scrolling, right? And it also happens with meeting people. I'm sure I'm not alone in this. Most of the time we've met people that happen to know someone in our circle. So, and that happened to me as well. I think the one that recently happened was a friend that I've been friends with for about 4 years now happens to be my step cousin. We only knew because I invited him to a family function at mine, and he met my dad, who happens to be his uncle. So that was how we knew, oh, we're step cousins. So yeah, there are over 8 billion people, but the fact that you meet that person in that place at that time, I believe that's just God. God just making sure that everything aligns, and it just means that most of the time we're right where we should be at. So another thing that I have learned is that the good you give may never come back through the same path through which you give it. And this has really helped me to experience humans, to experience people for who they are and where they are at. Because the thing with people is, they would surprise you, sometimes painfully, sometimes beautifully, and it just helps you to easily forgive as well. It helps me, easily forgive people, because I just see it as, oh, I'm experiencing this person, and that's why two people may never experience the same person the same way. So it's just really beautiful exploring humans as they are. So do good, because I know the world needs a domino effect of good, but because we may never get that, it's just better, like, to just do good. Just be good. Be that good person. So another thing is faith. I'm a big advocate of know God for thyself, because at the end of the day, we are by ourselves. So it's one thing my mother usually say. I think one time she scolded one of our nieces. I'm going to say it in Yoruba, but don't worry, I'll translate it. So she would always scold her and say, "Oh, she Muslima, oh, she Christian, oh, Shalawo." You need to have something you believe in. You need to have something you call out to, you call on to, that you rely on, something that works for you. So faith. I don't think waking up every day is just an act of faith. The fact that we go to bed, we set our alarms, and we actually think, and we're very sure that we're going to wake up the next day perfectly fit for the day. That's faith. What I've learned is to borrow inspiration. but never borrow conviction, because conviction is personal. And this is why I say, know God for thyself. So, yeah, someone can inspire you to do something, but make sure that whatever conviction that you have is yours, it's founded by you, and it's for you. One other thing that I love talking about, that people, I don't know if it makes people think strangely of me, but I love to talk about befriending death, because it's the only certainty that we have in this short life of ours. It's the only thing that is sure. And I've come to the terms that we would all leave this world someday. So, and that reminds me and helps me to live each day and make it memorable, if not for any other person, but make it memorable for myself. So I would say befriend death. Don't fear it. It's part of life. So befriend death and let it, instead of being afraid of it, let it help you and teach you how to live intentionally. We all have a short life, but some are simply measured by more years. Yeah, that's just it. It's beautiful to try to know about it, to try to find out. It's an intriguing subject for me. It's something I always want to talk about, always want to find out about. Yeah. Okay, these are some of the things I've learned. I'm not sure I can count my blessings. For me, I would say it is statistically impossible to count my blessings. In one of the low moments of my life, I sat one day and I was thinking about one thing, and that one thing started to thread. It started to bring me into several events backwards, and it's changed the posture of my heart. That singular event made me practice gratitude, because I realized that just one event in my life did not just happen. It came by several threads of events. Sitting there, thinking about it, and seeing how being at this place at this time with this person, meeting this person, talking to this person, going to this one place, enduring traffic, missing that bus, losing that person, losing that job, losing that opportunity, getting that job, getting that gig. Everything was never a coincidence. That was just God, the orchestrator, orchestrating everything. And it really changed the posture of my heart, and I started to practice gratitude more intentionally. Because I realized that even when bad things happen, there's still room for gratitude. Something that I picked up from my mother is this: whenever something bad happens, she looks for the good in that thing. She looks for the good in that unfortunate circumstance, and then she thanks God for the whole situation. So that was something. So when that thread of events to a singular event happened for me, it just brought me back to what my mother usually does, and it helped me look at things differently. It helped me be more grateful. for things that happen, how they happen, however they happen. What does success mean to me? Before now, success used to mean being seen, being celebrated. But I think in a world filled with chaos, success to me would mean being able to sustain a life of peace and gratitude. Yes, that's what success means to me right now. What I want this year, I want to be happy. I want to be at peace, happy again, not famous. I want peace. But really, I just want to be happy. I really want to be happy. Yeah, that's what I want. That's my goal for this year. Yeah, one song that describes my life. You have been faithful, more than just faithful, from my cradle days till this very hour. And I know you will be with me till the very end. Ubangiji Yesu nakakagodia sarkin dunia nagod Ubangiji Yesu nakakagodia. It's not my best voice, but yeah, that's it, guys.
You will be with me till the very end.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, sir. You have been faithful, more than just faithful, from my cradle days till the very hour. And I
Yeah.
know you will be
I think one can learn from this
till the very
chair to move, to be able to advance. You need to be free. I think we just know. Yeah, we struggle a lot, but being free, trying to let go of who we are, what we've become, to enter into a new reality. Stay there. God, yeah, it's practically how life is, you know. Struggling. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, bye.
Just faithful from my cradle days till this very hour. And I know you will be with me till the very end. Somebody declare it one more time. Say, you have been faithful from my cradle days till this very hour. And I know you will be with me all my heavy